Okay, we on part 10. This is for educational purposes only. This is not your homeowner's policy, but this is a sample policy so that I can help y'all through the verbiage and what to look for. Okay, so after we done reached all this water, let's go over to the next one. So the next one is earth movement. So earth movement of any type, including but not limited to earthquake. You live in California, earthquake. Okay, volcano eruptions, Hawaii, lava flow, landslides, subside, mud flow, pressure, sinkholes, erosions, or sinking, rising, lifting, creeping, expanding, bulking, cracking, settling, or contracting of movement of the earth. This exclusion applies whether or not the earth movement is combined with water. That one very important. Okay. I haven't had too many of these, but I have had a couple of these where I would have to deny it. I've had at least maybe one that came back, but when it came back for arbitration, we also had to send out an engineer to be sure that the cause of loss was not earth movement and it didn't apply to specifically this one. We were thinking that it was caused by settling of the house. And so we had to get an engineer to investigate more, right? So this one is very important as well, even though earth movement is not really too typical. That one is something that you may need to um, re- review, okay? So then you have here, number 6 is enforce of any building code, ordinance, or law regulating the construction, installation, reconstruction, maintenance, repair, replacement of demolition of any building structure, other structures, or land at the residence premises. So what that means is your policy is only responsible to replace what is damaged, right? So, for instance, um, when I'm working a roof claim, I get a lot of times where the contractor tries to argue with me and tell me that you need um, a higher grade of shingles, or they may even say that you need ice barriers, okay, ice and water barriers, right? Now, because they'll say, hey, code in their area says that they have to do this according to their code, right? Now, what I have to explain to the contractor is the policy is only responsible for what was damaged, what you had prior to your damages. So basically, in a nutshell, the policy ain't here to upgrade you, right? Now, if you have a endorsement, a building code endorsement, like I explained before, then that will obligate us to give those items or approve those items according to the building code. Now, the building code also has limits. I haven't seen any building codes that don't have a limit, but it may be, I don't know, I haven't seen every building code for every state. But your agent will be able to pull that up for you, right? So you want to make sure if you live in a area where it's historical, I would suggest to get you a building code endorsement because I've had some areas or claims that the house was damaged and it was in a historical area and the building code required them to do such and such. There may be a certain type of window that the historical area asks for. And if you do not have that building code, then we have to put you back to pre-loss. The policy is not obligated to upgrade you per se, right? So if you live in a historical area, I suggest you can do it how you want to, but I suggest you get a building code. If you live in an area where there are a lot of, well, they're old codes, I would suggest you do that too. But if you just live in a regular area or whatever, rural area, I wouldn't worry about it. Rural areas, I don't worry about it because they don't too much typically change their building codes, right? But if you live in the city, you might want to do that. You might want to look into it, especially if they gentrify that particular area. Then they're trying to probably revitalize it and upgrade the building codes. And if something happens to your house and it was built back in 1974, we in 2025, 2026, then you may not be up to code, right? And you don't want to have to pay those extra fees in order to be in building code. So go ahead and you do it how you want to, but I'm just giving y'all advice on that particular one. We'll dive into the next one, which will be part 11. So like, share, comment, and I'll see y'all on the next video.